की जय. Taking flowers in hand, we pray to Lord Ganesh. Hari Om Vighaneshwaraya Varadaya Surapralambhodharaya Sakalaya Jagathidaya Nagasrutegya Vibhushita Gauri Sutaya Gananath Namo Namaste. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Ganesh Bhagavani ki jai. We offer flowers, sprinkling water on all the ingredients and the oblations. We pray for purification. Om Pavitra Pavitra Sarva Vistam Gatopyoya Smarit Pundari Kaksha Svahyam Tara Suji. We ignite the flames in our diyas. May Mahalakshmi be the Sakshi, the witness to our worship. Deepa Jyotir Para Brahma, Deepa Jyotir Janardhana, Deepo Haratami Papam, Deepo Yambrati Gretam, Shubham Karotu Kalyanam, Arogyam Sukhasamparam, Mama Shatru Vinasha, Deepa Jyotir Namostute, Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi, Bhukti Mukti Pradayini, Mantra Murti Sada Devi, Mahalakshmi Namo Astute. We offer water as snan, washing the feet of Lord Ganesh. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Snanam Snanam Samarpyami, Snanam Snanam Pratigrahitam. We offer clothing. Om Veda Suktam Samayuktam Yagyashama Samanvite, Sarve Prade Deva Vasase Pratigrahitam, Sarva Bhushatike Lumya Lakja Nivarana, Mayupakar Vasram Upavasram Pratigrahitam. We offer chandan, we offer perfume. May you illumine the pathway of our lives. May you rid us of lust and anger and hatred and jealousy and ego and pride. May you guide us onto the pathway of mukti, salvation, O Lord Ganesh. We beg of you. Om Chandanam Sudanitam Deva Kante Chamuktavani Gopa Sri Paridevi Jayate Gopala Churamani. Om Tilakam Punyam Papanashanam Mapara Harite Nityam Chandanam Pratigrahitam Chandanam Samarpyami. Perfume. Om Gandadvara Dura Darsham Nitya Pushpa Karishinim Ishwaram Tamoho Sri Gandadanam Samarpyami. Gam Ganapataye Namah. Gam Ganapataye Namah. Hardi for purification. Sindur praying for mukti, salvation, at that time when that may come. Kumkumam Kantim Dipya Kamini Kamarti Sambhava Kumkumam Architam Deva Prasiddha Purushottama. Sindhuram Shobhanam Rakta Sobhage Sukhavardhanam Sukram Kamram Moksharam Jeva Sindhuram Pratigrahitam. Gam Ganapataye Namah. Gam Ganapataye Namah. Gam Ganapataye Namah. Toothgrass. May you rid away all troubles or problems. Belva leaves. Through these leaves we have all lives at your feet. Neem leaves. Through these leaves we have all our sickness or distresses. Be pleased with us, we beg of you. Kandat Kandat Puro Hante Puruka Purushaspari Evanu Durve Pratanu Nashate Na Chahate Komaladanam Samarpyami. Kasi Vasi Sivasini Kal Bhairo Pujatam Koti Kanya Mahadanam Belapatra Shivarpanam. Om Namah Shivaya. Ambe Ambike Ambalike Namani Atikaschana Sasrabhadrakama Pil Sabhadrakama Pilavasini Jayanti Kali Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Chama Shiva Datri Swaha Swadha Namostute. Neem Patram Samarpyami. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Pushpadan. We offer flowers. Mallityarani Sugandhini Mallityarani Vai Prabhu Mayatani Pujatam Pushpani Pratigrahitam. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansarisaram Bhujagendraram Saravasantam Hiryarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Saitam Namami. Arti. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Ekadant Dayavanti Chari Bhuja Dhari Mape Sindur Sohi Musiki Savari. Dukhiyo ke dukh haran Paramananda Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Ganesh Bhagavani ki Jai. Naivedyam. We offer Persad to Lord Ganesh. Hari Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Hari Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Hari Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Brahmarpanam Brahma Ved Brahmaganu Brahmanahutam Brahmagadina Gantabhyam Brahmakarma Samadhinam Gritavakvam Havishanam Paisha Sharkara Nanang Sunevedam Vishnurme Prati Gretam Nevedam Nivedyami Nevedam Samarpyami Gam Ganapataye Namah. Brahmarpanam Mamastu Krishnarpanam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Tambul, Supari. May you bless us with longevity. May you ward away sickness from in our pathway. We beg of you, Lord Ganesh. Listen to our prayer. Pungi Palmyadeva Nagavali Dalayukta Hilad Churnatam Tambulam Prati Gretam Lavankarapur Sanyuktam Tambulam Surapujate Lavankarapur Sanyuktam Tambulam Prati Grehitam. Achmanyam, we offer drops of water. Om Achmanim Samarpayami Gam Ganapataye Namah. Dakshina Danam Hidanya Gharva Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patirikayasi Saradharam Prativim Namah. Dakshina Danam Maham Karikshe Shubham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Samparam Mama Shatro Vinashaya Deepajotir Namo Astute. The malas. Om Kararavindena Pararavindam Mukaravinde Vinaveshayantam Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manata Smarami. Om Sri Pushpadanam Samarapayami. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Ganesha Bhagavani ki Jai. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We join in expressions of welcome this evening. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Seetahal, on behalf of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation members, our Reverend Pandit, and our entire family on stage, we take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you here this evening. We also welcome those who are viewing us live on Sankhya TV, those of you looking on IETV. We have 103.1 FM, 106.1 FM, and 107.1 FM. Also giving live broadcast to those viewing us throughout. We welcome you all this evening. Yesterday evening we had the opportunity to listen to the discourse where we were taught of having humility through Lord Vishnu. Having humility, listening to the teachings from Lord Ganesh and not allowing his ego to get the better of him. It is important for us as elders to also take time to listen to the young ones. I am sure that this evening would also carry another wonderful message to all of us. So I urge you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy this evening discourse. Seetahal.
Ganesh Bhagavani ki Jai. Kara ho jaye, aarti lijiye. Let us all please stand as we join in the opening aarti. करता दुख हरता बाता विघ्नाशी दूरवे पूर्वे प्रेमन कामन कुटी जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ते श्री दर्शन माटे मन कामन कुटी जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय जय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्। गजाननं भूषणादिसेवितं कपिसजम्बूफलसारभक्षितं उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपङ्कजम्। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्। श्रद्धा से करते नमन गौरी पुत्र गणेश, भक्ति और कीर्तन करे लीजे प्रभु वारे। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्। मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
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 ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे। Papa Moria Re.
Papa Moria Re.
Oh Moria Re, Papa Moria Re.
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 Oh Moria Re, Papa Moria Re.
Moria Re, Papa Moria Re.
Oh Moria Re, Papa Moria Re.
Moria Re, Papa Moria Re.
गणेश भगवान की जय. आसन पर बैठे. Let us all please be seated. My adorations, my prostrations, and the lotus-like feet of all our Brahman Devatas. To all of those who are listening to us and to all of those who are viewing us, we say welcome as well. To all kind and corporate sponsors, we express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. This evening, to all of you who came from far and near, I say welcome to you. This evening, to Uncle Kumar and Auntie Umla, who made their way all the way from Arima, along with their guests who came all the way from Canada. Is it? We want to say welcome to you as well. This evening, as we prepare our minds and our souls to listen to the beautiful Katha, Heart Jot Binti Karo, let us bow our heads in prayer as we chant mantras of benediction as we pray. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvara.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
Shuklambaranam Neva Shashivaranam Chaturbuja Prasannavarnam Jai Sarva Viganopashantaye.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvati Satike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
Karpura Gauram Karunamutaram Sansari Saram Bhujagendrahar Saravasantam Hiryana Vinne Bhavam Bhamani Saitam Namani.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Pad Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
Gam 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 Ganapati
Gam 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 Ganapati.
Gam 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 Ganapati
Gam 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 Ganapati.
Gam 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 Ganapati
Gam 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 Ganapati.
Gam 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 Ganapati
Gam 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 Ganapati.
Dum 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 Durga
Dum 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 Durga.
Dum 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 Durga
Dum 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 Durga.
Lam 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 Lalita
Lam 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 Lalita.
Lam 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 Lalita
Lam 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 Lalita.
Bam 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 Bola
Bam 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 Bhola.
Bam 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 Bola
Bam 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 Bhola.
Arvam Arvam Bam Bam Bola
Hare Bam 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 Bhola.
Arvam Arvam Bam Bam Bola
Hare Bam 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 Bhola.
Dini Tata Mritam मृदङ्गभूला सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् हरवं हरवं बं बं भोला दिमितक दिमितक मृदङ्गभूला ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात् 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 हरवं हरवं बं बं भोला निकटनिकटमृदङ्गभूला सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं हरवं हरवं बं बं भोला निकटनिकटमृदङ्गभूला सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं गं 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 गणपति 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 गं 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 यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृतात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। तत्कर्ताय विद्महे हस्तमुखाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो गणपते प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षमामृतात्। गणेश भगवान की जय। Sing with me this evening. Let us clap, let us sing, let us join in kirtan. Everybody together. जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ। जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ। ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ प्रेमवाहिनी माँ जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ। जगदोदारिणी माँ जगदोदारिणी माँ पालितपालिनी माँ जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ। सत्यवाहिनी माँ सत्यवाहिनी माँ साई वाहिनी माँ जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ। जननी माँ जय जग जननी nobody is without trouble. Tonight, nobody is without problems. Tonight, none of us we are without wants, wishes, and desires. Tonight, whatever your troubles, whatever your frustrations, whatever your wishes, whatever your desires, whatever your goals and your ambitions may be, tonight let us place them at the feet of Lord Ganesh through Devi Mata. Ma, you are the mother of the entire creation. You have created Lord Ganesh to remove all obstacles, and so through you this evening we offer petitions at the feet of Lord Ganesha. Ma, may you protect us at all times, and O Lord Ganesh, may you shower your grace upon us. May you shine through us to the world around us. May you bless us with that which we are deserving of. We beg of you, sing with me this evening, and clap away your troubles, clap away your distresses, and offer your petitions through bhakti, through devotion to Lord Ganesh this evening. Everybody together. Janani Ma, Jai Jagai Janani Ma. Janani Ma, Jai Jagai Janani Ma. Shakti Vahini Ma. Shakti Vahini Ma. जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय.
Last night we listened to Narad Muni asking Bhagwan Vishnu a trick question. There are all different kinds of questions that are asked. And so Narad Muni asked a trick question. And the trick question was, how much do you love Lord Ganesh? He's asking Lord Vishnu, how much do you love Lord Ganesh? Husband, Uncle Kumar, how much do you love Auntie Umla? Baksa, how much do you love your wife? Plenty? The Lord is hearing you. You're in front of Him. Paki, how much you love your wife? Too much? She next to you, boy. Answer carefully. Huh? Danpol, how much you love your wife? Huh? How much? All. You're all well trained, boy. Narad Muni is asking, he says, how much do you love Lord Ganesh? And Bhagwan Vishnu says, I love him and there is no measure. And so this creates an alarm. This creates disturbance in the heart of Narad. Because Narad wants to be the one that Lord Vishnu loves unconditionally. And he doesn't want to share the love. He doesn't want to share the love. He wants Lord Vishnu to love him and him alone. Is it possible to love one person and one person alone? Is it? Shake your head up and down, you know. Because I want to tell you something. When you make a vow and you walk around the fire, you make a vow in the presence of Bhagwan God, saying that I want to get married to this person, but not for one lifetime, for 7 lifetimes. I want to find this very same person. But there is a difference between love and lust. We lust after things. And we think that lust is love. Lust provides what love can't provide. Do you know that? When you're in love, there is a thing called compromise. You're willing to compromise everything and anything. Is that true? Before the marriage, you have no problem at all. After the marriage, all of a sudden your breath smelling. After the marriage, all of a sudden you talk too rough. All of a sudden you snore too much. All of a sudden you're greedy. All of a sudden you're lazy. After the commitment. Before the commitment, they'll do anything for you. After the commitment, everything kind of change. Huh? Beside God, the one person that you're supposed to love unconditionally is your mother and your father. The other person you're supposed to love unconditionally is the wife or the partner, the husband that you have chosen. And you choose them, huh? You chose them. You chose your spouse. I had nothing to do with that. Narad Muni does not want to share the love. He does not want to share it. And so because of this, he becomes very envious. And Narad Muni says, well, Lord Vishnu, how can you love Lord Ganesh? How is it possible for you to love Lord Ganesh when Lord Ganesh is imperfect? He is not perfect. And Bhagwan Vishnu says, why will you consider Lord Ganesh to not be perfect? And he says, don't you see? There are parts of his body that they are missing. And so he has a broken tusk. And so this makes him imperfect. Every scar that you see on somebody's body, there is a story that could be told about it. Isn't it? Isn't it? There is a scar in the center of my forehead. And there is a story. My brother decided that he wants to shave my eyebrow. We are little children. I am probably 6 years or 7 years old. I have no clue. He said, sit down and let me do this. He's my elder brother. He's 7 years older than I am. I have trust and I have faith in him. And then, while doing it, he said, don't move. Huh? And anything you're told not to do, that's what you do. So I shake. And then all of a sudden, I feel this hot thing coming down and the razor blade is hanging from my forehead. And he said, don't worry, I'll get some crazy glue and fix it. I have trust in him. I have faith that he knows what he is doing. He said, if you go to them, they will beat me. So please don't go. Wait here. And the blood dripping everywhere. And then, I say, you know what? I am going. I'll tell them don't beat you, but I'm going. But out of my love for him, I sat there and allowed him to do what he thought was the right thing to do. Tonight, Narad Muni is saying he is impure. And so he is not perfect. Then how can you love this imperfect being? Are you perfect? Hello? Are you perfect? Anybody here perfect? We all falter from time to time. But does it mean that if we go to Bhagwan, to God, he will not love us the same way? Tonight, Bhagwan Vishnu begins to tell. He says the imperfection has a kahani, a story behind it. And so, O Narad Muni, listen, I will tell you. And so Bhagwan Vishnu begins to tell. Listen to what he is saying. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्य वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभम करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। एक बार जब वेद व्यास जी का जब तप करने वाले जिसमें हिमाचल का आसन बैठे श्री भगवान ब्रह्मा की वेद व्यास जी महाभारत का कहा लेकिन करने वाले। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
The Katha says at one time Ved Vyasji, this very senior, noble, knowledgeable being, Ved Vyasji, the narrator of many great hymns and many great poems that eulogize many of the Devatas and Devis and the Devi Bhagwat and etc. Ved Vyasji was in meditation. But while in meditation, his worship was disturbed. And who will disturb the worship of Ved Vyasji? Lord Brahma, the God of creation. Lord Brahma stood in front of Ved Vyasji and summoned the attention of Ved Vyasji. Has somebody ever disturbed your prayers while you are worshipping, while you are praying? Has somebody ever disturbed your sleep while you are sleeping? Auntie Angie, I try to wake you up all the time. Has somebody ever tried to wake you up, to disturb you? Ved Vyasji, in meditation, Lord Brahma awakens him. And so becoming very conscious, seeing Lord Brahma in front of him, Lord Brahma speaks. What will he say? जिसमें का उनकर पूर्वन करने हैं, देखते का सभी पातों का अर्चे हैं, तथा का जानते हो गया है, वाह कथा का इसलिए का सबसे अच्छा का विकट करने। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
Lord Brahma is saying to Ved Vyasji, he says, oh Ved Vyasji, I want you to do a composition for me. I want you to bring into writing a composition. And I want you to write about all of the epics that has unfolded in the Mahabharata. I want you to write it. I want you to put it in. There's some people, they say, if I go to tell you the story about my life, we could write a whole book. Have you ever heard that before? If I were to tell you about my life and my legacy and I could write a whole book. And actually I might be able to finish that book in this lifetime. Why was Ved Vyasji chosen to write the book? Because Ved Vyasji was very familiar with all of the characters and with all of the epics that had unfolded in the Mahabharata. And he knew the characters by name, and he could visualize and he could bring the event to life. And so that's why he was chosen, because he knew. And so Lord Brahma, looking at Ved Vyasji, stunned at the request of Lord Brahma, Ved Vyasji, he replies, what will he say? Listen. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
वाह कथा लेके सबसे का अश्वार विकट करने वाले। देख और वेद व्यास जी जानते का महाभारत का बहुत का जानते चितर करने तथा हो कहे लेकिन का उसमें का सभी का मरण की जोर करने। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय।
While Ved Vyasji remained quiet, thinking about the request, Lord Brahma continued to talk. And Lord Brahma says, Ved Vyasji, I chose you because you are the only capable one. And so I'm not going to take no for an answer. Have you ever made a request of some person or some being, and after you would have asked them, they say, well, let me think about it for a minute. And in their minute of thinking, while they're thinking, you try to force or to create the energy that the answer will be for you and not against you? You begin to eulogize them. And you say, well, you know, you're the best person and you're the only one that could do this. And you know, I choose you because you is you, yeah? That's why I choose you, because you know and you know. And it's because of you, you know. And that's why I choose you. So the answer obviously then has to be yes. It can't be no, because you have already created that kind of mindset. And so Vedvyashi says, well, I accept, but there is a condition. The condition is I need some help. A time will come when all of us will need help. Do you know? Parents help their children in the early stages of their life. And it is children's duty to help their parents in the late stages of their life, to repay the debt or the debt that they owe to their parents. When the child is young, mother and father, they will tolerate everything and anything from their children. True or not? Everything and anything, they will tolerate it. And if it is something bad, they will polish it up before they put it out so that people will see. But then when mother and father get old, the children say, take a taxi now. I have to go and see a movie. I have my children too, you know. I'm busy. I have a life of my own. Huh? Mother and father hungry and starving. But you know when they will get food? When they're done then, they put it behind the house. 13 days. They're cooking all kind of things. Curry yam. Boil and fry and stew. Sweet potato. All kind of things. Okra puri. When you live in your car, even eat okra and sada roti. They're making okra puri. Huh? You ever hear about that? Well, you have to be old like me. Because our poor parents created all kind of things. Because you know why? They did not have plenty. They did not have plenty financially. But they had plenty when it came to their wisdom, to their intelligence. And so, Vedvyashi says, I need help. A time will come when all of us, we will need help. But the ego inside of us make us think that we could do everything all the time. The ego inside of us make us think that we're in charge and in control, and we never give thought that we're getting old. And every day that goes by and we get older, the things we could have done before, we can no longer do them. Though the mind is saying yes, the body is saying no. And when you ignore what the body is saying, then automatically the body shuts down for itself. The body begins to remind you for itself. It begins to malfunction. And it's saying, take a rest now. You're old now. Old age is not gray hair, you know. Because the young people have now started to dye their hair gray as a style. Do you know? The young people now put gray streaks, and on their profile they put salt and pepper. Have you ever seen that before? Oh, well, you have to be on Instagram and Facebook like me. I'm guilty. I need help. Vedvyashi requesting help. Lord Brahma gives a suggestion. Who is he going to suggest? Listen, it tells us. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
ब्रह्मानी तब भगवान गणेश का ओम शांति करने वाले, जिसमें का भगवान गणपति का जानते वेदव्यासी का बहुत का देने वाले, महाकल का देने, रक्षा तो करने, देके समान का करने, देखोर पर का वेदव्यास जी कहा, सुनो का शुरू देने वाले, गणपति का करण दे, सब सप्तती का रूप करने वाले, लेकिन करने जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
Vedvyashi says, but Lord Ganesh is just a child. Will he be able to really write? Will he really be able to write? He's just a child. When the little child is learning to write, anything the child catch on to, the child will use as a pen, as an instrument of writing. True or not? And anywhere the child see available, the child will begin to draw and write. Isn't it? On the wall, on the car, on the ground, on the kitchen counter. The little children will go in the bathroom and take the lipstick and write up on the... And they begin to experiment. They're now learning to write. And they want to draw you. So they draw the father. You ever see how they draw the father and the mother? It's the most jokiest thing you'll ever see. When they begin to draw a diagram of mother and father. Have you ever seen? The head big so. The foot is too thick. The hand is too thick up in the air. And the body straight like this. Actually, we'll wish that that could really be us. Because the little children, they're so innocent, they don't draw the... It's no longer a 6-pack, it's a 24 case. So they don't draw the stomach and all of those things. They just draw the straight line. Vedvyashi is saying Ganesh is a child. Will he be able to do this? And so Lord Brahma says, well, there is no harm in trying. Let us try. It is better to try and than fail to... Say that with me. It is better to try and than fail to... In trying, there may be failure. But every failure is a new experience to help you to grow. To grow, to become a better being. To become a stronger being. To become a more educated being. To become a more experienced being. Your failure is not a failure to make you feel bad. But your failure is a feather that you can wear in your cap. So that when success comes, through failure, you know that you have worked hard and you deserve your winning. And so Vedvyashi, he says, well then, I will follow your instruction, O Lord Brahma. And they summoned Lord Ganesh. And as Lord Ganesh sat, and the instruments and articles to write was placed in front of him, Vedvyashi says, well, I have a next condition. We live in a world and a time where there are many conditions under which things have to be done. True or not? Everybody has a law, and everybody has a rule, and everybody has a wish, and everybody has a desire, and everybody... There is a condition. And Vedvyashi states, my condition is that he must not stop writing, and I will not stop narrating. And I will narrate at a very fast pace, and he must be able to write at a very fast pace. Online training happened for 2 years. Teachers were not able to see in the books of the children. There's a little girl, Amelia. I happened to sit in for one of her classes. And the teacher is calling and she's writing. And when she's done, I take the book and I look. I said, Amelia, but I'm not seeing the words. She said, well, I draw it. I said, but how did you draw it? Why did you draw it? She said, but she was calling it too fast and I couldn't write it. And if I tell her, she'll get upset with me and all the other children will laugh at me, so I draw it. I said, so come, read the drawing for me. She looked at the drawing and she paused for a minute. And she started to read. She said, this is very important. I said, Amelia, and where in this drawing it shows you that this is very important. Is that the correct words? She said, yes. I bet you anything is the correct words. And she called up one of her friends on WhatsApp video. Can you read line 9 for my uncle? He's not believing me. And the exact words, I almost fainted. She drew it, but she could understand what she drew. Sometimes when you look at people's writing, you have to ask, are you a doctor? Because only a doctor wrote and you were not able to understand. You were not able to comprehend anything that the doctor wrote. Sometimes you wonder if you take this prescription to the dispensary, if they'll give you the wrong thing. Chances are they might give you the wrong thing, and instead of getting better, you get dead. Isn't it? Because of how it is inscribed and scribbled, and you wonder if the doctor could read it after. I should be careful because my doctor is here this evening. I'm not talking about you. Another doctor. And so, we give the instruction that you must write non-stop. And so Lord Brahma sits. And as Lord Brahma begins to inscribe, Ved Vyasji begins to narrate. And as Lord Ganesh is writing accurately. Accurately, word for word. Every word that comes out, accurately he's recording. But then what will happen? Something happens. Listen, it tells us. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
भगवान गणपति जान के का व्यास बहुत का देव का महाविनायका रक्षका करने इसका प्रकाश का वेद व्यास जी कहानी का सुंदर की शुरू ने देखो और गणपति का कहानी का सत्य रूप लेकिनगे अंतिकार का दोनों का कहा लेकिन का शुरू किया है देखो और काम का भगवान गणपति का टूट गई है जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
While writing now, as the narration is happening, Lord Ganesh is not only writing, he's enjoying it. Anybody here like to write? Hello? Anybody here like to write? Nobody here like to write? The two little children saying them, wait till you get old like me. Just wait until you get old like me. Anybody here like to read? Anybody here like to read? We like to read Facebook status. We like to read WhatsApp message. Isn't it? Don't like to write, but when you watch the hand. Don't like to write at all. Typing. Quick. The two thumb. Like the two thumb related to flash. You all know flash? Two thumb. And you're typing with the two thumb. Isn't it? He started to write. But he started to enjoy the writing and enjoying the kahani, enjoying the epics that had unfolded in the Mahabharata. He's enjoying it. And so sometimes he will smile, sometimes he will frown, sometimes he will express disgust. And listening to it, the emotions, he started to feel the emotions of the epic that was unfolding. Ever felt the emotion of something happening around you? You're looking at the Indian movie. Shah Rukh Khan living in India. Get how much $1 million to act the movie, and you sit down crying and so scared because somebody hit him a cuff. You see, he got shot and he's lying on the floor and they cover him with a white cloth and they carrying the body, but the man not really dead, and you know that. But the emotion, and you're so caught up in what is happening that you're so scared and crying. Because the emotions have gotten into you. And sometimes in a movie you begin to laugh. And sometimes in a movie you begin to frown. And when the fight happening, you hit him too. Because you're so engrossed and you're so into the movie. So too Lord Ganesh is so into it that he's enjoying. And when the narration is happening, he is expressing the emotion based on his expressions. And so Ved Vyas is seeing all of these expressions of Lord Ganesh not to be distracted. You know what he did? He closed his eyes. He did not want to see because he did not want to be distracted. Anytime you think that you're going to be distracted, the easiest thing to do is to close your eye. Close your eye and reflect inwardly. Sometimes when something happens in the group and they give some face and I know I will laugh, I close my eye and I turn away. Because you know why? I know I will laugh too. If they laugh, that's okay. But if I laugh, everybody will want to know if what won. Ved Vyas is narrating and narrating and narrating. His eyes are now closed. And he is not seeing anything again. But Lord Ganesh is encountering a problem and Ved Vyas is not seeing this because his eyes are closed. He's not seeing. The pen is out of ink. The pen is out of ink and Ved Vyas, the condition is he will not stop. And so Lord Ganesh wonders, what will I do? And so Lord Ganesh quickly plots a plan. What will he do? Listen, it tells us. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati. Sing with me, everybody. Let's sing together. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati. Clap your hands with me, everybody. Sing with me. I want to hear you. I want to hear you this sing. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Sing a little louder. Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai. अरण्या का जब तूने का करते लेकिन का शुरू देखे देख और काम जिसमें का भगवान गणेश का टूट गए होते देख और भगवान गणपति का जिसमें का नहीं दन करने वाले उन्होंने का अपने का दाता का दिया देख और महाभारत का पूर्ण किया होते इसलिए उन्हों का एक रंता का नाम कहा जब तब भी करने वाले तब करने वाले जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय Lord Ganesh now broke one of his tusks and using his tusk as a pen he begins to inscribe and so he writes the entire Mahabharata. Writing the entire Mahabharata, Lord Ganesh is given the name Ekadanta. Ekadanta means the one with the one tusk. Lord Vishnu says, Narad Muni, this is the epic that has unfolded and through the writing of Lord Ganesh we have the Mahabharata. And so because of this, thinking not of his imperfection, something happened. After his tusk was broken, it grew back. It grew back. And so seeing this grown tusk, everybody was mesmerized. They were amazed that his tusk grew back. But then his tusk went missing again. And so what happened? What caused his tusk to go missing? And for him to have the name Ekadanta, it had something to do with me, Lord Vishnu. He's telling Narad Muni. And Narad Muni, hearing this, Narad Muni is inquisitive. Lord Vishnu, you? So you have known Lord Ganesh for a long, long time? And Bhagwan Vishnu tells Narad, I know him before I know you. Has somebody ever introduced you to somebody you already know, thinking that you never met that person before, and you say, well, how you could introduce me to somebody I don't know? Huh? I know them before I know you. How do you feel when that happens? Because that happens a lot. That happens a lot. We think we're impressing based on the company that we keep and the affiliation. We might be depressing, not impressing. And so Lord Vishnu says, he says, let me tell you. I'll tell you the next katha. And so what will he say? Listen, it begins to tell us. Sriman Narayan 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 Bhajman Narayan 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 Swami Narayan 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 Sriman Narayan 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 भजमन नारायण ने नारायण ने नारायण स्वामी नारायण ने नारायण ने नारायण The Devi interjects, Mother Lakshmi, she interjects. And she says, oh Lord Vishnu, you don't tell the kahani, let me tell it instead. Have you ever wanted to tell a joke, somebody told you, and you're telling the joke and they say, wait, let me tell it. You ain't telling it, right? Have you ever experienced that before? Do you know some people, they tell a joke and before they could tell the joke, they start to laugh and you wonder if they're getting crazy? Because you have no clue what they're going to say and they're laughing, they're enjoying the joke before they tell the joke, like Vijay. He laughs before he tells the joke and I say so. And when he is done telling the joke, I don't even know if I'm still waiting to hear the joke. I have to say, so I'm supposed to laugh now? When should I laugh? Is now my turn to laugh? Mother Lakshmi interjects and she says, oh Lord Vishnu, let me tell Narada. Let me tell him the kahani. And so Lakshmi Devi begins to talk. And what is she saying? Listen. Om Shri Bhagavati Vacha. एक दिन भगवान विष्णु के अवतार का परशुराम का भगवान शंकर का निवास साक्षी का अपने का रूप करेंगे. एक दिन का भगवान शंकर की दर्शन करेंगे. देखो रास्ता का उपकार का गणेश का अंतिकार का दिया है अंतिकार का दिया करने. श्रीमन नारायण ने नारायण ने नारायण भजमन नारायण ने नारायण ने नारायण स्वामी नारायण ने नारायण नारायण भजमन नारायण ने नारायण नारायण श्रीमन नारायण ने नारायण ने नारायण Lakshmi Devi begins to tell, at one time Bhagwan Shankar had gifted an axe to Lord Vishnu as a mode of protection. An axe, a parachute. And giving this to Bhagwan Vishnu, he gave him this for protection. When you feel as though the negative energies and powers around you are strong, you call it Baba and you say, Baba, I need a protection. You need to make a guard for me. Isn't it? And you say, Baba, I want you to make a tabij. And I want you to make the tabij strong. Make it real strong. Isn't it? Because you have conviction, you have faith, you have trust in this tabij. That this tabij is going to protect you. Whether what he puts in there, sometimes maybe nothing in there. Your mind permits you to think that that will protect you. And you gain strength out of that. Because you place your trust in this little guard that you're wearing. Look at the size of you and look at the little tabij. Look at the size of you and look at the little tabij. What does the tabij have in it? What will that tabij have in it? Tabij. Bij means a seed mantra. There is a seed mantra inside of there. There is a protective mantra, a shield, a mantra that will create a shield. But if you are wearing the mantra and you feel protected, then imagine if you chant the mantra, how much more protected you'll be. Think about it. So you don't physically have to have a tabij to be protected, but you need to take that bij and make it a part of your life. To chant over and over and continuously, building your trust and your hope in Bhagwan, knowing that He will protect you every step of the way. Parashuram was given, Bhagwan Vishnu was given the axe, and so because he had the axe and it was given by Lord Shiva to him as a gift, his name became Parashuram, the hold of the parachute, the axe. And so Parashuram one day, now holding this axe that was given as a gift by Lord Shiva, he decided to go to Mount Kailash to visit Lord Shiva. But while going to Mount Kailash to visit Lord Shiva, he was holding this axe because he wanted to show Lord Shiva that he appreciated the gift that he received. When you receive a gift, let me change that. When you give a gift, and the person that you have gifted, whatever you have gifted to, wears or uses whatever you have given, how do you feel? How do you feel? I shouldn't say this because I'll get in trouble. You see, Uncle Kumar already started to swell up and huff and puff. You feel appreciated. You feel as though the gift has served the purpose. And so, you feel a sense of pride and joy. Parshuram, taking the axe, he made his way. And while walking to Mount Kailash, Parshuram is singing to Lord Shiva. Hara Hara Jai Shankar, Om Hara Hara. Sing with me, everybody. Hara Hara Jai Shankar. एक दिन शंकर दर्शन दीजे, लेकिन रास्ता गणपति दीजे. हर हर जय शंकर, ओम हर हर. Sing with me, everybody. परशुराम प्रवेश कह देखी, लेकिन गणपति मन कर देखी. With all your love, sing with me, everybody. Hara Hara. I can't hear you, a little louder. Hara Hara Jai Shankar. Parshuram holding the axe and making his way to Mount Kailash, singing Hara Hara Jai Shankar, Hara Hara Jai Shankar, Hara Hara Jai Shankar. When you were coming here this evening, what were you singing? What were you thinking? I want a front seat, yes? Huh? Mama Linda, who came from all the way Paje, she's saying, I want to sit down with Sidi Baba. Huh? What were you thinking when you were coming to this place? Parshuram, all he's thinking about is when he sees Lord Shiva, how happy Lord Shiva will be to meet with him. And so Parshuram, while going, standing at the door, there is a doorkeeper. And this doorkeeper has been placed here by Devi Mata. Who is the doorkeeper? She placed Lord as the doorkeeper. And so Lord Ganesh is standing there with his bowl of laddu and his dandi, his stick. And so as he is standing there, Parshuram passed him and entered. And so Lord Ganesh stopped him. He says, where do you think you are going? How did you ignore me? Have you ever felt ignored before? When somebody ignores you, how do you feel? How do you feel? When you ignore somebody, how you feel? It's good for them. Huh? Ego inside of you says it's good for them. I'm not calling them. I'm not going to call. I don't know about you, I don't know about you. I have come to the conclusion that you can't make peace with people who can't be peaceful with themselves. I can't make peace with you if you are not peaceful yourself. I can't make you happy if you don't want to be happy. I can't inject ambition into you if you just don't care. I could try and I might fail, but at least I tried. We live in a world among many people who are the mischief makers. And when they get catch in the mischief that they would have done, they start to play victim and cry and bawl and roll. And after they do all the mischief, then they want to play innocent. Not me, not me. This one and that one and the next one. And when they get catch, you know what happened? They more vexed than the people they hurt. They forget that they cause hurt, They forget that they cause pain. They forget that they cause distress. They forget that they cause all of those things, and you are supposed to forget all of those things that they cause when they cry. Crocodile. Why a crocodile is crying? Why does a crocodile cry? Bunny, why does a crocodile cry? You think a crocodile is crying because the crocodile is experiencing pain? Huh? Because every living day of the life of a crocodile, the crocodile cries. Go and Google it tonight. You love the phone. Before you go to sleep, Google it and you will see. A crocodile cries every single day of its life, more than once for the day. Do you know why? To lubricate its eyes. And if it doesn't cry, then its eyes will go dry and it will end up blind. That's why they say you're crying crocodile tears. It has no meaning. It has no value. It has no emotion behind it. There is no emotion. There is a logic why the crocodile is crying, to moisten its eye. But there is no logic why you're crying, because you're fake like fake. That's why you're crying. And when fake cry happening, you know how fake cry is happening? Bawling and crying. And then when you watch and nobody watching, you say, give me some water quick. Huh? You get up and you walk out, huh? Because you're the victim. Oh God, I tell you, Parshuram meets with Lord Ganesh by the gate. And meeting with Lord Ganesh by the gate, Lord Ganesh says, where do you think you are going? You passed me, you paid no heed to me, and you entered. And so this is disrespectful. I am the security guard, I am the doorkeeper. Parshuram says, well, I am going to meet Lord Shiva. And Lord Ganesh says, well, had you asked the first time, I would have allowed you. But since you did not ask, I am not going to allow you access to see my father. You cannot go. Parshuram, who is an adult, Parshuram, who is a manifestation of Lord Vishnu himself, who has power. He is the God of sustenance. Parshuram is being prevented from a child from entering. And so, Parshuram hearing this, what will he do? Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara
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 जानते कुल कार्य कर शंकर अपने पिता समर का तू धर मर गए देकर प्यास स्वरूपा अपने दंत कोर दिया का हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर
Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara
हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर
Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara
Parshuram remained fixed, looking at Lord Ganesh. And Lord Ganesh standing there, he paid no heed to Parshuram, for he has already made the pronouncement, you cannot enter. And while standing there looking at Lord Ganesh begins to eat the laddu from his bowl, and he appears to be unconcerned. Unconcerned. This made Parshuram mad, angry. Imagine you're waiting to go into some place, and the security say, wait, I'm coming back now. And then you peep and you see the security sit down and eating. And the security have to be a Trinidadian security. Have to be. No if, but or maybe. And Parshuram became upset, he became angry. when he saw Lord Ganesh paying no heed to him and eating the laddu. And so Parshuram, what he will do? He tried again. He says to Lord Ganesh, you are not going to prevent me from entering. I am going. And Lord Ganesh says, well, try. You could try. And so Parshuram entered. And Lord Ganesh took his trunk and wrapped it around the waist of Parshuram and pulled him back like a rope. And so as Parshuram stood there, angry, Parshuram took his axe and aimed it at Lord Ganesh. And as he set his axe free, Lord Ganesh turned his head and Parshuram severed. If something is broken, your finger gets broken, it can be mended and it might heal back just as though it was before it got broken. True or not? But if your finger gets severed, it is cut off, will it grow back? The tusk was broken to right. So there was a possibility that it could have grown back. But if it gets cut off, then it means there is no possibility of growth. And so as his tusk falls to the ground, Lord Ganesh begins to scream with pain. He begins to experience pain. Pain, anytime there is separation and there is a physical or emotional connection, then separation becomes painful. True or not? Once there is an emotional connection, then there will be pain. Once there is a physical connection, there will be pain. If I were to take my fingernail and scrape Dave, will you feel the pain? But he will feel the pain because that's his body. But if I were to do that to you, you will feel it because it's your body. And your body is your prized gem, your prized possession. And so Ganesha, losing the tusk, he begins to cry, he begins to scream out of pain. And while screaming out of pain, you know who will hear the cry of a child? Who hears the cry of a child? Who becomes concerned when a child begins to cry? You sure about that? The mother? Yesterday I witnessed something that created a hole in my heart. Yesterday I witnessed the funeral ceremony for that little 7-year-old child whose mother strangled her. And since that I am not able to function. I think I'm malfunctioning. And I did not want to say anything. I actually did not tell anybody. But when you look at that child wearing a mermaid outfit in her little pink casket, innocent child, where a mother who is supposed to love her strangled her. There are mothers and there are mothers, eh? There are mothers and there are mothers. There are mothers who love you sometime. And if a true mother loves you regardless of, your mother is your mother and loves you regardless of whatever. Who hears the cry? Who answers the cry? You know who hears the cry and who answers the cry? Janani Ma, Jai Jagai Janani Ma.
Prema Vahini Ma.
ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ
ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जननी माँ जय जगजननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जगदननी माँ
The lady appears, and as she appears, hearing the cry of her son, she doesn't take any time to ask any question. She appears in the roof of Mahakali. She appears in the form of this dark manifestation. And standing there, she's ready to attack. Parshuram, who is holding this Parshu that was given by Lord Shiva, knows that his weapon is no match to the anger that the Devi possesses. Parshuram begins to tremble. And as Parshuram begins to tremble, what will happen? Devi Mata is asking, not Ganesha, she's asking Kartikeya. She says, Kartikeya, find out what happened. She's not even asking. She's asking Kartikeya to find out on her behalf. And Lord Ganesh says, I only respected him because this weapon was given by my father. And that's the only reason I respected Parshuram and I did not attack him back. There are many people who like to live on the merit of their father and their mother, the strength of their father and their mother, and wouldn't get up and build a name for themselves. You only hear their name when their mother and father are done dead. They're in charge. They want to be power and authority and in charge. And they want to sit in the position of mother and father, and they want to act as though they're mother and father, and they want to be the power. Power is not something that can be forced. Respect is not something that is gained through force. Respect is not something that is gained when you begin to roar. People run from you. Respect is only gained through your humility. A leader has to be humble. A leader has to lead by example. A leader has to be the example that his followers will follow. And he leads through his humility and through his simplicity and through his positivity. He leads by the example of showing how to live through the way that he lives. He is the example that everybody has to follow. But if the leader is a raging bull, what will happen? Then everybody will be putting down one another, isn't it? That's why after you get put down, long ago when you saw the pothole, you could have go right side or left side. Now you just have to go inside. But you know what? We take that with a smile. We wear that with a smile. You go in the grocery, a lady on Facebook, you all saw, she's trending on TikTok and everywhere, and everybody says she's mad. She's not mad, you know. She's not mad. Everything that she stated there is a fact. I am not saying that she should say that anybody is coming to do anything to anybody else. But she's genuinely stating that every time I come to the grocery, the flour gone up. Every time I come, the oil gone up. Every time I come, the sugar gone up. And the only thing not going up is my paycheck. And I am frustrated because my family is hungry. And she's saying, she says, well, what I go do? I have to buy it. I don't have a choice. I have to buy it. But yet we sit down and you know what happened? Fireworks. How much millions of dollars in fireworks and Independence Parade? You know how much people parading their children to school and their children have no good books to carry to school? Huh? They couldn't afford it. Why they didn't take the fireworks and put it in the children's book bag through the medium of a book? Why they didn't give a grant to the children so that they could buy a new uniform? 2 years, people did not work. People were suffering. They were home. They were fearful for their lives. 2 years, people lost their loved ones. Couldn't even afford the cremation because the burials and the cremation was so expensive. Couldn't even afford it. Still paying after 2 years for cremation that happened a year ago. And nobody talk anything about that. And you see, the minute somebody talk, well, that one bad. He bad. He shouldn't say that. Well, I have an excuse. I have a connection problem. So I don't know what's your excuse, but I have a little connection problem. And I got that from Asha. I'll introduce you to her one night. Not tonight, but a little connection problem. The Devi says to Kartikeya, find out. And Ganesha says, I only respected him because the Parshu was given by my father and I did not retaliate. I did not do anything. And so the Devi says all that she has to say in her actions. Sometimes people don't have to talk, you know. Just by their actions, you are able to tell. Can you tell if somebody is happy? Sharon, can you tell if I'm happy? Look at me. Am I happy? Oh. Because not every smile means that you're happy. And not every tear means that you're genuinely crying. And not every story is genuinely the truth. And we live in a sad world where people make up all sorts of fictitious things to make themselves look good while they try to tarnish everybody else's name and make everybody else look bad. And we have forgotten that the only way we will ever enjoy our life is when we learn to mind our own. Mind your own. Oh God, let's say it loud now. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. The Devi speaks through her actions and she's so mad, she's so angry. Parshuram Danvat Karo, he falls to the ground and allowing his head to touch her feet, the heat that is coming out of her body scorches the forehead of Parshuram. And as Parshuram bows to the feet of the Devi, says, Devi, we will name your son Ekadanta, the one with the one task. And when anybody sees this one task, they will remember that you must have one single-minded devotion towards Bhagwan God. Their mind must never stray. They must never be here, there, and everywhere. When they go to him, they must go to him with single-minded devotion. Ekadanta. And so, Devi Mata hearing this, Devi Mata makes her way back into her cave and shuts herself away. She's angry. When you are angry, the best thing to do is to remain quiet and away, isn't it? But be angry for the right thing. Don't be angry for the wrong thing. And never play the victim when you are not. Because the day when you are really the victim, have you ever heard? Don't cry wolf. Because the day the wolf really comes, nobody will believe you. Nobody will trust you. And so, Bhagwan says, because the tusk was severed, the tusk never will grow back. Tonight, there are many things we need to sever. There are many things we need to cut out. There are many things we need to eliminate so that life will be smooth sailing and happy. Anything and any being that makes you unhappy, leave them behind you and forge forward. The one task of Lord Ganesh is reminding you that as imperfect as you may seem, God created you the way that He wanted you to be. Imperfect as you may seem to society, when you go to God, He will still accept you, for you will always remain His child. Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Pavan Sita Hanuman ki jai, Ayodhya Ram Lala ki jai, Vrindavan Krishna Chandra ki jai, Puresa Jagannath ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santane ki jai, Siyapati Ram Chandra ki jai, Sharana Ganesha Bhagavan ki. This has brought us to the end of our Katha this evening. This evening we're very privileged to have with us Uncle Kumar, and I'm going to allow Uncle Kumar to give his blessing in whichever way. Uncle Kumar, a blessing. Plenty of people listening to you. So we'll allow Uncle Kumar to give his blessing in whichever way he chooses to. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
So, answer me. The Pandit asked you to answer. Sairam,
Sairam.
Seetahal, Namaste, Ayushma Bhavati.
Bhavati Ayushman.
Bhavati Ayushma. On the battlefield of the Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna used to tell Arjuna, Ayushma Bhavati, and he used to say, Bhavati Ayushma. As the Vedyas just answered, Bhavati Ayushma. So we are all gathered here to celebrate the Ganesh UTSAV. What we learn here should not only be for the next couple of days. Every night that the Vedyas gives us a lesson, we should extract something out of that and put it in our daily lives. When one understands what the world is going through, and to a lesser extent what Trinidad is going through, if ever we needed spirituality, the time is now. So let us, in our own humble way, extract one of the advices of the Vedyas and put it into your daily lives. As it is written in the predictions of this year and the next year to come, it is stated that a husband cannot have it his way, nor a wife can have it their way, or anybody cannot have it their way if they have a co-patriot or something so. So, what is understood right now is that we have to understand the relationship between one another in the sense of correspondence and listening to both parties and arriving at a consensus. The world is so negated right now that patience is what we need, but most importantly, our spiritual conviction has been right now to the highest. If ever we want to sustain some sanity in life, we must have spirituality in our life. Most important. You get up in the morning, you watch your hand like this here. The pundit will explain what you watch in your hand. As you get up in the morning, watch your two hands and talk to those two hands. Do I have a good day? Let me have a good day, O Lord. And he will explain to you some good day what I mean by watching your hands. The first person you must look at in the morning, the first person I see in the morning, although I am a married man, but the first person I see in the morning, and I pay obedience, is my father and mother. The picture is right outside my bedroom. I just close my eyes so, and when I see them, I just open my eyes. So their devotees understand the importance of spirituality and compromise. We have to compromise in this world today if we want some sanity. On behalf of my wife and my family and myself, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here tonight. And I am going to try to come back another night with more speeches. Thank you very much, Vedvyas.
Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. Auntie Umla, Uncle Kumar leave you in the bedroom next to him and go outside with his eye closed to watch the picture. I get in trouble. I have a little connection problem. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Tonight, this has brought us to the end of our devotions. On Saturday morning, from 9 o'clock, we'll be doing the 1,000 names of Lord Ganesh in Havan as we do every year. And we'll be making the 1,000 oblations to Lord Ganesh in the fire and on the murtis, etc. You're all invited to come and join with us as we eulogize, as we sing the praises of Lord Ganesh. On the morning of the 9th, our murtis that you see upon the altar, they'll all be submerged at Grove Park in Otahiti at the site of our new mandir. When you go to Grove Park, you'll have an opportunity to see where the temple has reached to. So, on the morning of the 9th, the murtis will be submerged. On the evening of the 9th, we will come back here to Palmiste Park for the first of 7 nights of Garud Pran Yajna. If you have never listened to the Garud Pran and you have never experienced the Garud Pran Yajna, then come and be a part of that Yajna. It is a Yajna where we pray on behalf of the souls of the Pitris, asking that the Pitris will be blessed. Scripture has declared that worship to the Devatas is great, But worship to the Pitris is the greatest worship that should be done. Long ago, we were very afraid. In the time of Pitra Paksh, you were afraid to come out of the house. You were afraid to walk. You were afraid to eat the food that would have been offered. You would have been afraid of all sorts of different things. Come and listen. Most of those things, they are myths. Most of those things, they bear no scriptural. Come and listen to what the Guru Pran says. We will talk a little bit about death. How death was created. What is death? What led to the creation of death? All of those things we will listen to. Many beautiful things to listen to in the Guru Pran Yajna. This evening, as this has brought us to the end, this evening I want to take this opportunity to say commendations to the President and all members of the executive of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation for doing a marvelous job. And what I really enjoy seeing is not the behavior or the performance when people are here, but is the behavior and the effort that goes into the preparation for preparing for when you will come and after you leave. Because preparations has to be made before you come, and preparations has to be made after you leave, so that tomorrow again we'll be able to pick up. And to all of those who stay back every night, every one of them, when you look at them, they all stay back every night and they help with the cleaning and the preparations. And to all of you, I want to say thank you. And I want to say that may Bhagwan bless you and your homes and your families in a very special way. I want you to give them a round of applause. This has brought us to the end of our devotions this evening. Let us all stand. This evening we pray that our RT Bhajan, the merits can be conveyed onto all of those who are listening to us in their homes, in their cars, in their places of work, wherever you are, locally, regionally, or even internationally. Tonight we send our love out of the Yagyashala to you. And so we pray that may Bhagwan bless you in a very special way. Om Ganadipam Vishwarupam Bhakta Devaya Namo Namah Swashte Sukhakarta Devasya Ganapati Namo Namah Dekor Lambhodara Vikna Vinashanaya Dhumraketu Ganadaksho Balachandro Gajanana Dekor Vakratunnda Ka Virup Karne Vani Shubhadayani Buddhadayani Dekar Pasupati Namah Vigna Raja Sukraye Namah Raksha Raksha Bhakti Bhav Dekor Bhagwan Anima Rupa Hari Siddhadatre Namaha Jai Krishna Hare Shri Krishna Hare Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Sing with me everybody.
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna.
With all your love, sing with me everybody. जब चांद तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो
और कोई न केवल हारा हो फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे
पूरन करने सबकी आशा
पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा
जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे फिर जो भी तेरा हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपते रहूं।
तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपते रहो।
बहु सागर में तेरी नैया,
भव सागर में तेरी नैया।
जन्म में जाएगी ना रहूं, फिर जन्म में जाएगी ना रहूं। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं, कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे, श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं, श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं, जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे, जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे। अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं, कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे, श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं, श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं, जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे, जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं, जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय। मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन, यत्पूजितं म्यादेव परिपूर्णं तरस्तमे। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ध्यो शान्ति अन्तरिक्षं शान्ति, पृथिवी शान्ति, आपा शान्ति, ओषधे शान्ति, वनस्पतय शान्ति, विश्वदेव शांति Shanti. With a smile on your face and love in your hearts, turn to the person next to you in front of you behind you. Tell them, may Lord Ganesh bless you now and always. Moria re, Bappa Moria re. Oh Moria re, Bappa Moria re. Bappa Moria re, Moria re, 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 Bappa Moria re. गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो करता मोरिया दुख हरता मोरिया गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ओ गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया। गणेश भगवान की जय। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः।